In today's America, it is very hard to find something that will unite right and left, Democrat and Republican, and to find common ground. Very, very difficult. Usually people take this side or that side. Well, I have a solution because there is one topic that everyone can agree on and should be able to easily agree on. And that is the terrorism loving state of Qatar. They have done extraordinary things to bribe every single aspect of American society, from the progressive universities to politicians to schools. In my own town, I look up the public school has a topic, a class where they teach Arabic language sponsored by Qatar. Why? Why is Qatar, a country that practices slavery, why are they, if they don't have enough money to pay their workers and they're literally turning people into slaves, why are they able to pour out money on every Ivy League college, which anyway have these huge endowments of 40, 50 billion dollars? So why? The point is, Qatar has bought our universities, they bought many of our politicians, they bought much of our media, and they have extraordinary amounts of influence via Al Jazeera, a network of hate and disinformation. And so Qatar has basically they bet on both sides. They bribed the right and the left and the center. Everyone is bought off by Qatar. Politicians, academia, media, you name it, and Qatar paid it. And so it's time for us to come together to free ourselves from this toxic influence that is anti-American. It's a country that hosts Hamas and other terrorist organizations. It is a vile country that practices slavery and horrific things against women anchored in the Qatar regime's law. And so we need to come together with a very, very simple solution. And that is sanction Qatar. Make it illegal for universities, for politicians, for anyone to accept money from Qatar. There's nobody in the United States getting money from Iran or from North Korea. So the same should be true for Qatar. They are not our friends. They are not our looking out for our interests. They have an American base there that we pay for. And so we actually shell out $15 billion of value a year to protect Qatar. And it's time to put an end to this madness. It's time to sanction Qatar to make sure every politician, every institution is clear of Qatari influence. No money from Qatar. And guess what? You cannot trust the institutions to rid themselves of Qatari influence because Qatar are masters of bribery. They are champions. Nobody does bribery better than Qatar. Nobody. It's time to anchor it in law and make sure that they cannot bribe Americans. Another horrifying reality is Qatar's purchase of ex-military people. Once generals and people who served in the US Army with honor, with dignity, with bravery, with courage, with valor are retired, Qatar take them on lavish tours, bring them on fellowships, think tanks. They buy out Washington, D.C. think tanks. And so they are taking over our country. It's time to sanction them. It's time to put the full force of the law behind our defense of the United States of America and make sure that Qatar can no longer buy our politicians, buy our media, buy our medicine, buy our high tech, buy everything that we have. We can't let that happen anymore. It can't be that the same country that's sponsoring Hamas, al-Nusra, ISIS, and various other terrorist organizations, it cannot be that they then go and purchase the United States of America. That's an act of madness. To defend ourselves, we need to boycott Qatar. We need to sanction Qatar. We need to make sure they can no longer influence our politics, academia, education, medicine, or anything in the United States of America. Join me in the movement to boycott Qatar, to sanction Qatar, to make sure that those who host Hamas and other terrorist organizations do not own the United States government and academia and media. And let's make sure that we have an America that is free of the influence of such a hostile, cynical, and deceptive regime like Qatar.